Amos Alonzo Stagg has no peer in the world of football. He was an outstanding player in his time, and as a coach, Stagg brought innovations to the game that are still in place today.
The legendary Amos Alonzo Stagg was born in West Orange. He coached football for an incredible 71 years, remaining active in coaching until the age of 98. He coached at the University of Chicago for 41 years, starting in 1892, and is responsible for many innovations that today are considered commonplace, including the huddle, the forward pass, the man in motion, and the numbering of players' uniforms. In his honor, the NCAA Division III Football Championship is named the Stagg Bowl. Now, 128 years after his birth here, New Jersey pays tribute to his coaching brilliance.
This is not my 63rd year as a newspaperman. It's my 65th. And I mention that because I suspect that this is why I was asked to be the presenter for Amos Alonzo Stagg. To be inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. This was a man who was born during the Civil War, and actually 10 months before the Battle of Gettysburg. And Aubrey Lewis, who thinks he's funny, asked me if I was a veteran of that war. The truth is, I don't remember. My memory isn't what it used to be. I walked into the hall there before, and I said, "Hello, John," to Phil Simms. Well, John Simms, you know, at my age, 1 out of 2 isn't bad. But, you know, this is a very great honor because Amos Alonzo Stagg is sometimes called the greatest football coach who ever lived. And actually, he's identified very much with football, but he's also the guy who invented basketball. Now, you may say, now, wait a minute, you know, Dr. James Naismith invented basketball. He put a peach basket up, and you know, and then he got some kids to play basketball. But what Alonzo Stagg did in 1896, when he was at Chicago, was invite Iowa State to play a basketball game with 5 men on each side. And that is why we have 5 men on each side playing basketball today. In a sense, then, he actually invented the game. If it had been left up to Naismith, we might have had 12 guys or 14 guys. I don't know. Stagg and Naismith, incidentally, were very great friends. Now, Stagg is in the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to bother you, you know, bore you with statistics. I did look up some statistics. And there were so many of them. And I know you're half to sleep already, and if I would finish the job right now if I read them. So I'll skip the statistics and tell you that, again, when you mention Alonzo Stagg, you have to mention players like, or coaches rather, like Knute Rockne, like Vince Lombardi, because he was in their class, you know, as an innovator. Knute Rockne was very well known, obviously, because of Notre Dame and the fact that he invented, in a sense, the forward pass. But there's no telling how many innovations Alonzo Stagg brought to football. He gave us the backfield man in motion, the quick kick, the end-around reverse, the lateral, the T-formation, even the tackling dummy. And he was the guy who introduced giving letters to athletes in college. Now, he's the only one in history to be in the Football Hall of Fame, both as a player and a coach.
Coming up, NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue talks football.